Hello America, David R. here from fortruthsake.com and the Radical Conservative. That website is www.radicalconservative.blogspot.com, and my other website is www.fortruthsake.com, where I write with Fred DeRuvo and Jana Brock. Today we posted one of the open letters from Senior Chief Jeff Ross, who is a former contributor to the Save America Foundation. I was pretty excited to have him publish an article at our website today. Anyhow, real quick, I just want to talk about the last couple articles I wrote and what's going on in Ferguson, Missouri. You know, most of us already know that it's being planned. It's being propagated by Eric Holder, Barack Obama. It's community organizing. But I wanted to share a couple things with you. You know, I have a degree in social work. I have a degree in community organizing. I had a pretty unique college experience being educated about white privilege, right? Heterosexual privilege, you know, the big oppressive United States. Just to give you an example of one of the lessons we had one day in social work, this was in the textbook. We had a successful African American woman who was depressed, going to see a social worker, and based on critical race theory, the social worker advised this financially successful African American black woman that she should get in touch with her historical roots of oppression in order to alleviate her depression, because she had sold herself out to the white man's ways. That was in a social work practice textbook, folks. Okay, and that's all based on the white privilege or critical race theory ideologies. Anyhow, I just wanted to share that with you. I know I've written about that a couple times, but one of the big things that I need everybody to understand of what's going on in Ferguson is in a textbook I had called The Practice of Macro Social Work, which is basically a community organizing textbook on a macro level. And when I say macro, I mean on a bigger society level, whereas in micro would be like family or neighborhood levels. So macro, we're thinking big community, okay? In Ferguson, macro would mean the entire city. But anyway, in the profession of community organizing, there's different tactics, different strategies. One of them is called institutional deviance, and I'm going to read you that definition right now. To destroy the structure of apathy by stirring up dissatisfaction and discontent. Disrupt existing complacent expectations and break down the individualistic orientations of community residents. Institutional deviance. In other words, teach people that they're oppressed. Teach people that they have a reason to be upset and rise against the system. That's Barack Obama, folks. That's the Alinsky model. Okay, we know that. And Fox News was just reporting that Barack Obama was, in fact, in Ferguson, expressing his concerns that the paid agitators may not stay on course, that he wanted them to stay on course, and yet, with the news of this, we still have a Congress that's sitting on their rear ends, not doing anything about it. Barack Obama, Eric Holder, guilty of inciting racial riots. Inciting a riot is a crime, folks, and Barack Obama is guilty of it. So is Eric Holder. Okay. Another thing I wanted to share with you. This is from an article called "From Russia with No Love," and it talks about the psychological manipulation, the techniques of psychological manipulation that the Soviet Union used because if you've read anything I've ever written, I believe Obama's a communist. So anyway, what we have is from this article, From Russia with No Love, Tactics of Soviet Psychological Warfare, okay? And this is one of the goals of destabilizing a nation, okay? And in my last article, White Privilege Equals the Destabilization of America, okay, I used the fact that, people in schools and colleges have been being taught that they're racist, and that's the big effort to demoralize the nation. Well, now the result of all that is going to be used to destabilize the nation. And this is one of the goals, okay? Listen, warp law, order, and morality. Demonize the police and those upholding the law. Make the bad guy look like a victim of society and justify his actions. If that doesn't describe to you to an exact science of what we just witnessed in Ferguson or in Florida with Trayvon Martin, then I don't know how to explain it any more clearly, okay? Because what white privilege education has done, it has turned the minority populations, it has enabled them, it has empowered them to use alleged victimization as an excuse to do anything. Okay? See, it doesn't matter that Michael Brown was going for Officer Darren Wilson's gun. It doesn't matter. His actions were justified because he's an oppressed victim at the hands of white America. Okay, we all know that this is being orchestrated, and we know that Obama wants civil unrest. Most of us believe that. A lot of us believe that. But you really have to understand the methodology behind it, where it comes from. This is communist propaganda, folks. These are the methods of the communists, okay? And one of the things about this Soviet psychological warfare, Yuri Bezmenov made it pretty clear. He said, when all is said and done, the leftists that are helping achieve this goals are going to be the first target, because they know too much, because they have too much of a high expectation. They believe they're going to end up with a seat of power somewhere along the line, and they're not. All these people fighting for this beautiful world of total equality that they believe communism is. When they find out that the only equality in communism is the equality of dirt, okay, they become pretty upset. And because they've already been radicalized, and because they're already unafraid to protest and engage in violence, they become the first targets. They are the useful idiots. Okay. Anyway, that's what I got for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Be safe.